Hi, it is very important to make this video, otherwise the stories get like stories uh, vanishes from memory क्योंकि so many cases come, so many cases that I forget so many cases also. So it's better to describe, better to tell one story, one healing story which is very recent. It's better to hide her name. She was my student when she was only, I think, 7 8 years old, and I was her elder sister's class teacher. Definitely, I was maths teacher, so she was very scared of me. Maths and science teacher के तो लोग डरते ही हैं because वो story telling session type का तो नहीं है. Those are the subjects people are most scared of. So I think last 10 years in Facebook, her elder sister is in my friend list, and she got introduced by her elder sister, I think 3 4 years back. She wanted to learn meditation because she was giving some competitive, specific competitive, and she wanted to crack that, and she wanted to learn meditation and all. And later she became my client also, astrology client also. I have seen her horoscope, I have seen her husband's horoscope. Then one fine day, one fine morning, or midday you can say, I was meditating, and during meditation I have seen her pregnant, and she was looking very beautiful. And photo shoot जो आजकल होता है, she was doing photo shoot and all. I pinged her and asked her, are you pregnant? And she told, no ma'am, I'm not. Oh, sorry, please don't mind, because I have seen today during meditation, I have seen you pregnant and in photo shoot and all. That's why I just pinged you, don't mind please. And she used to smoke that time, and she stopped smoking and all these things. And after 3 4 days of that particular event, her pregnancy was confirmed. So after 3 4 days, what is this? This is one cage. Within this cage, one small pup is there. Actually, I have two small pups, and one cage was not enough. So one cage is donated, so that I can keep two pups in two cages. And there is some time in the whole day, in the afternoon, in the evening, when they are allowed to play. Otherwise, small pups are there, na? So if I leave them, they will piss, they will pee and poo throughout the house, and it's a winter dominated place, Dehradun. So in all the rooms I have duri and carpet, so it's very difficult to maintain. So खेलने का एक थोड़ा सा टाइम होता है, and 3 बार बाहर ले जाना पड़ता है, and I have to do that now. So before that I want to make this video. I don't have servant. I had one servant, वो तो 4 कुत्ता देख के वो पागल हो गई थी. अभी 7 कुत्ता रखे देखने से तो पागल हो जाएगी. Last 9 years I don't have, 7 8 9 years I don't have any servant. Okay, now that girl, she learned meditation from me, and after that particular event, she called me and she told me, yes ma'am, I'm pregnant, and I'm very surprised that before I came to know how it came in your meditation that I'm pregnant. So I told her it's not very common, but it happens. It happens. It happened before also with this with one student of that same school, DV. Uh, him also I told one day, I think your wife is pregnant and all. And that time they didn't know, and it was confirmed after a few days. So not only about pregnancy or good news, I have seen my Masi is having some serious disease, and after a few months it was detected that she was having first stage of cancer. So when you meditate, you get many of the news by yourself. You can visualize things, but it is not mandatory. Like from day one, my father taught me meditation when I was, I think, 8 years old. So from 8 to 16, 17, 18 years, I meditated every day, 15 minutes to half an hour, and half an hour of yoga. I think 15 minutes of yoga, 15 minutes of meditation at the max. But Now, after that I stopped, and after my both parents died, I started doing meditation again. Okay, so when I started in 2015 or 2016, when I started doing meditation again every day, the first day, I started 1 hour long meditation, and that also it was giving such good, means एक नशा जैसा है. There are so many people who takes drugs, and some people were telling me, oh, this is so common, everybody drinks, everybody take drugs in hostel, everybody take drugs, and it's so common, there is nothing wrong in it. कॉमन हो जाने से नथिंग रॉन्ग नहीं होता है. सब लोग ड्रिंक करने से, ड्रिंक करना कॉमन होने से भी वो अच्छा काम नहीं होता. एंड सब लोग अगर ड्रग्स ले रहे हैं तो ड्रग्स लेना बहुत महान बात नहीं होता. पीपल आर सो कैजुअल, दे समटाइम्स पीपल से हाँ देर आर डेथ ड्यू टू ड्रग अब्यूज़ एवरी ईयर सो मेनी, बट इट्स यूजुअल. जो माँ अपना बच्चा ड्रग अब्यूज़ से खोया है, वो माँ अपने घर से बच्चे को पढ़ाई के लिए हॉस्टल भेजे थे, ड्रग्स खाना सीखने के लिए भेजे नहीं थे, और ड्रग्स खिला पिला के ही बड़ा नहीं किए थे. सो जिनके साथ हुआ है एंड जो इतना कैजुअली बोलते हैं, अगर उनके बच्चों के साथ होगा तभी उनको समझ में आएगा. एक्चुअली देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल जो पैसे के मामले में बहुत सक्सेसफुल हैं और ड्रग्स भी लेते हैं. ड्रिंक तो सच में 99% पीपल डू ड्रिंक. Yesterday my student came from US. She was telling me that our husband, who is American techie, he does not drink, he does not smoke even. Owner of 14 properties. And तो वो ऐसे लोग भी होते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप मतलब कोई भी ओकेजन फेस्टिवल मतलब ड्रग्स और ड्रिंक्स लेते हो तो दैट्स यूजुअल. इट्स नॉट यूजुअल. खैर छोड़ी, दैट इज़ नॉट द टॉपिक. दैट गर्ल, she asked me several things about pregnancy and all, and there was a time when she did not want to have the baby. I went through her horoscope and told no. She asked me actually, what should I do, ma'am? She was just married, I think, just married for 1 year or something like that. I told her that you should take the first baby, because in the horoscope, the first baby is good enough, and I cannot assure you about the second, third, fourth baby. Sometimes it happens. It happened with one of my friends also, that first baby she aborted, and after that it took her like 7, 8, 9, 10 years. She was fighting hard to have another pregnancy, but she could not conceive naturally. So that's some medical issue, but as an astrologer I can say that in your horoscope the first baby is the best and strongest and everything, so you should go for it. And she told me later कि whenever we decided not to have the baby, something or other happened, and we continued to keep the baby. And that girl, she left having non-veg during pregnancy, and after that the baby was born. She was not at all, she already had decided, because she used to smoke also, and she already decided that I will never smoke and I will never have non-veg also after the baby is born, because during pregnancy also she already had left it. Next day what happened, the baby, second day the baby became very serious, and after few days I didn't know anything about the baby is born and the baby is serious. I didn't know anything about it, and after few days doctor told that it's very serious, because the baby is in ventilator and with oxygen and with nasal pipe and everything, and he is not accepting everything very nicely. So chances of survival is not very high and all. So we are we wanted to inform parents and all, and then husband and wife, they called me for healing. So my guru, from my guru's side, it is strictly prohibited to take ICU NSU patient. ICU का patient नहीं लेना है, because if you are a spiritual healer, you know that that pain goes through your body. When you heal a person, it can be a baby or it can be adult or whatever. When you heal a person, if the person feels vomiting, you also feel like that. You're healing that person for 5 days, you also feel like vomiting. If that person is having body ache, that body ache you feel. If the person is injected with tube fed and all those things, the person is very serious, you feel all those pain in your body and it becomes very difficult. So uh, last 10 days I was healing one person with severe several kind of body ache, another ICU patient. So my condition till yesterday or day before yesterday I healed. So yesterday my condition was really bad. Day before yesterday also my condition was very bad. It was having severe body ache. I had 7 dogs at home, and along with that 2 healing patients. But I'm thankful to all of you who trusted me always, because it's my profession, and people, when trust you, only then you can go forward. So it was day before yesterday was tremendous body ache. Yesterday also it was tremendous body ache. Saturday I told my son I cannot take you to college because it's difficult for me to sit even. And among the dogs there are there are dogs who went through surgery and they need to be taken care for a few days. And naturally I was, at night I'm sleeping with them in the sofa because they're in the drawing room. Some of the dogs are in the drawing room, so I'm sleeping in the sofa with them so that they cannot snatch their stitches and they cannot open and scratch their wound and bandages and all. Yes, it was my childhood dream, so I'm doing that. I'm happy, but it's very difficult at the age of 55. Doing this much of physical labor is very difficult without servant. Doing every household, along with that taking dogs to stroll. Yes, my son today morning he has taken all the 7 dogs out for uh, stroll. But now I will go, and at night half of the dogs I'll take, half of the dogs he will take, and all. So it was really very painful because when there is an ICU patient, you cannot speak even. You cannot talk to someone. You you have to do the chanting of healing continuously. The process I'm not going to tell you because it's very expensive to learn and it's very meticulous. There are so many rules. You cannot have food also. Means you cannot have breakfast, lunch, dinner if you're a healer. uh, you go on fasting for long hours. And there was a time my husband was asking on Saturday, lunch में क्या लिया? Then I was thinking, lunch तो किया ही नहीं, breakfast किए थे? Yes, breakfast तो किए थे, lunch किए ही नहीं. Then I realized lunch बना हुआ है, but it was 6 o'clock, lunch किए ही नहीं थे. And then me and Ishan had lunch at 6. Yesterday again at 5 o'clock I realized lunch bana hi nahi hai. Lunch was not cooked because continuously there were clients call and हो जाता है कभी कभी बहुत ज़्यादा ओवरलोडेड हो जाते हैं. तो हीलिंग की वजह से मैं बहुत सारा क्लाइंट्स नहीं ले पाई थी. तो क्लाइंट्स कॉल वर देयर एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स वर देयर. सो I was really happy yesterday when they called and they told that the feeding tube, the oxygen, ventilator, nasal tube, everything doctor is taking out one by one, and touch wood, the child is okay. So this story I wanted to share really. Why? Because this kind of long-term relationship, a child is only 5 years or 6 years old, she comes to a school and she get introduced with a science and maths teacher, and that child is now 35 years old or something like that. Till that time she is having that kind of trust and relationship with the teacher such long. Do you know why? Because my fifth lord is Jupiter, and Jupiter is in ascendant. My Jupiter throughout in all D1 to D60, my Jupiter is in ascendant. I, ascendant are different, but Jupiter is always in the ascendant. So, uh, and it's a very good position. So that's why relationship with my kids are very different. It is very different to explain. I don't have such kind of relationship with any in any other field. The kind of relationship I share with my students. It can be healing student, it can be astrology student, it can be meditation student, or it can be science or math students. So I hope I should stop the video now. So I'm very happy to share it, and I should stop the video now because I have to take the dogs to stroll and lunch तो आज भी हुआ ही नहीं. देखना पड़ेगा लंच बनाए हैं कि भूल गए हैं सुबह. ओके बाय, हैव अ नाइस डे.